Today I'm going to give you my top 5 picks for where to fish in the Eastern Sierra for this year's trout opener. But before I do, my name is Jason, this is Huck Outdoors. If you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing, ring the bell for any notifications of new videos I got coming out. And let's get to those top 5 picks. Well, it's that time of year again, it's the Eastern Sierra trout opener. We're going to go over my top 5 picks to fish up there in the Eastern Sierra. But before I do, regulations have changed this year. Some places are still opening on the last day of April, the last Saturday of April, while other areas actually opened up a little bit earlier. But those regulations aren't going to change the fact that these 5 spots are killer spots to fish. And if you stick around to the end of the video, I've actually got another bonus spot for you as well. So that's actually 6 spots. My number 1 spot this year to fish in the Eastern Sierra trout opener is going to be Lake Crowley. Lake Crowley is a traditional spot. Lots of people go there with their families every year. There's lots of fish in Crowley Lake. They stock it at the end of the season with a ton of fish. There's a ton of fish already in that lake that breed on their own, reproduce. There's browns, there's rainbows, there's cutthroats, tons of fish in there. And you can catch fish all year long during the trout season. A lot of people like to troll up there. A lot of people like to fly fish. That doesn't mean you can throw some spoons from the shore or some bait from the shore. Just know the regulations up there, what time of year you can throw the bait. But most of the people are going to be tossing flies, lures, a lot of barbless up there, and just some great fishing overall at Crowley Lake. My number 2 spot to fish in the Eastern Sierra trout opener is going to be a big fish lake. Actually, there's 2 lakes. It's Twin Lakes in Bridgeport. These lakes are known for kicking out big brown trout. A lot of guys love to troll up there at Twin Lakes. But I've done well from the shore. I've seen other people do well from the shore. You can be trolling the rapalas, some big plugs, some big swim baits, or you can be from shore throwing some metal, some mini jigs, some trout worms. They all work well at Twin Lakes. And actually, I think last week the marina posted up a picture from what the DFW stocked. And it looked like a good sized stock up there. There's a lot of fish in Twin Lakes. My number 3 pick this year for the Eastern Sierra trout opener is a no-brainer. It's Convict Lake. Convict Lake has a lot of fish every year. Fish stocked at the end of the year, fish stocked at the beginning of the year. Just a lot of fish in general there. But with a lot of fish means a lot of crowds. Convict Lake on opening weekend can get a lot of people up there. And that means you gotta get there early. I've been there 4 or 5 a.m. and you can't find a place to park up there. But if I was going there to Convict Lake this year, I'd probably go to the backside where the inlets are flowing in. I've also done really well at the jetty. The jetty, if you go across, if it's not too cold out there, you can actually go across the jetty, hop along the rocks. You can get there. You won't slide off any ice. And I think this year actually is going to be a warm opener. So jetty will probably be good, and on the backside where the water's flowing in. And like I said earlier, the Convict Lake gets stocked with a lot of fish, and there's a chance for a good sized fish there. Sometimes they stock fish up to 7, 8, 9, 10 pounds. My number 4 pick this year is going to be the June Lake Loop. Another area that's going to be ice-free this year. Lots of places to fish in the June Lake Loop. You've got Grant, you've got Gold, you've got Silver, and June Lake. A lot of these lakes get fished throughout the year. Grant has got a lot of big browns in there if you get lucky. I've always had my best luck at Gold Lake. It gets stocked with a lot of big rainbow trout. And there's so many lakes in there, you're able to find a spot there. If I was you, if you got a float tube, bring out a float tube. Float tube Silver or Gold or June. If you're at Grant, it gets a lot of wind, so you might not be able to float tube that one. That's a good one for a boat. But any of their usual trout tactics work up there. You could be tossing bait, you could be tossing the gulp eggs, trout worms, mini swim baits, mini jigs. It all works in the June Lake Loop. My number 5 pick this year is actually Pleasant Valley Reservoir. I know it's year-round, right? But with year-round fishing means it gets stocked year-round. Tons of fish in Pleasant Valley Reservoir. And some of my biggest fish in the Eastern Sierra have came out of Pleasant Valley Reservoir. Depending on how the water is flowing in, you can find fish closer to where the water flows in by the inlet, or they could be down by the dam if the water's up high, or just throughout the whole lake, maybe by the boat ramp if they stocked recently. But there is a ton of fish in Pleasant Valley Reservoir, and to this day, me and my buddy Andrew, we both think that's a good chance of kicking out a big brown in like the high teens and low 20s. Pleasant Valley might do it there. But any of the trout tactics work up there again. You could be tossing your mini jigs, your mini swim baits. Spoons work really well. Bait, of course, works well there. but whatever you throw, you got a good chance of catching fish at Pleasant Valley Reservoir. So that's it. That's my top 5 picks for fishing this year, but I told you to wait for a bonus spot, and that bonus spot this year are the sand traps. I know a lot of people know about the sand traps. There used to be a secret spot years ago, but now there's more and more people fishing them, but they hold fish still. Sometimes the DFW will stock fish before the opener, and if you're lucky enough to get there before the stocks, you can catch fish all day long there. I've had many days at the Lone Pine Sand Trap or the George Sand Trap and catching at least 30, 40 fish. You could do that there back in the day. I don't know if it's getting stocked this year yet. I haven't saw the stocking spots or where they're reporting that they're stocking at, but I'd give those sand traps a stop on the way up. Stop for 15, 20 minutes, throw a line, get it wet, see what there is there. You never know. You could have an epic day there, maybe not. If it isn't, just move on to the next one. Perfect spot to just rest your legs and get out of the car. Just do a little fishing. That's it. That's my top 5 spots for fishing the Eastern Sierra this trout opener. Where are the spots that you guys like to fish? What spots are you going to this year for the opener? Leave them in the comments below. Let people know where you're going. Maybe it's a secret spot. Just say you're going to your secret spot. But leave a comment below. Let us know where you're going to be fishing this year. Good luck to all you anglers out there that are heading up to the Eastern Sierra for this year's opener. Hope you enjoyed this one. Hopefully this content was useful for you on this opener. Till the next one, thanks for having me.